Have you ever looked into an elephant's eye and seen a soul? These magnificent giants, the largest land animals on Earth, are more than just colossal figures roaming the African savanna. They are thinking, feeling beings with deep emotional lives, complex social structures, and an intelligence that continues to astound us. Today, we're journeying into their world to understand what happens when these gentle giants cry. Let's start with a story. In Kenya's Amboseli National Park, a matriarch named Echo led her family for decades. Researchers who studied her described a leader of immense wisdom and compassion. She knew where to find water during the harshest droughts, she comforted younger elephants in distress, and she navigated the complex social and environmental challenges of her world. When Echo finally passed away at an old age, her family's reaction was profound. They gathered around her body, gently touching her with their trunks, standing vigil for days. They mourned. This wasn't a random act. It was a display of grief, a testament to the powerful bonds that hold elephant families together. Elephants are one of the few species, besides humans, known to have death rituals. They revisit the bones of their deceased loved ones, sometimes for years after their passing. They will tenderly caress the skulls and tusks with their trunks, standing in silent contemplation. It's as if they are remembering. Scientists believe this behavior indicates a deep understanding of life and loss. It's a hauntingly beautiful and heartbreaking display of their emotional depth. What makes elephants so intelligent? It starts with their brain. An elephant's brain is the largest of any land animal, weighing over 11 pounds. But it's not just the size, it's the complexity. The temporal lobes, the area of the brain associated with memory, are significantly larger and denser than our own. This is where the old saying, "an elephant never forgets," comes from, and it's remarkably true. They remember specific locations of water and food sources across vast territories. They remember other elephants and humans they've met, even after decades of separation. They can recall both kindness and cruelty. This incredible memory is essential for their survival, allowing them to pass down crucial knowledge through generations. Imagine having a mental map of thousands of square miles in your head, a map passed down from your mother, who got it from her mother. That's the life of an elephant. The matriarch, typically the oldest and most experienced female, is a living library of information for her herd. She guides them, protects them, and teaches the young everything they need to know. Her wisdom is the glue that holds the family together. But their intelligence goes far beyond just memory. Elephants exhibit a wide range of complex behaviors that rival those of primates and cetaceans. They use tools. They've been observed digging holes for water and then plugging them with chewed-up bark to prevent evaporation. They use branches to swat flies or scratch themselves in hard-to-reach places. This shows an ability to understand cause and effect, and to manipulate their environment to achieve a goal. They are also incredible problem solvers. In one famous study, an elephant named Candula figured out how to get to fruit that was hung out of his reach. After a few failed attempts, he spotted a large plastic cube nearby, rolled it under the fruit, and used it as a step stool. This wasn't just trial and error. It was a moment of insight, an aha moment, much like a human solving a puzzle. Their communication is another marvel. The low-frequency rumbles they produce, known as infrasound, are too low for humans to hear but can travel for miles through the ground and air. This allows elephant families to stay in touch over vast distances. It's their own private communication channel. They can warn each other of danger, coordinate movements, or even send out a social call just to say hello. Beyond these rumbles, they use a rich vocabulary of trumpets, squeals, and body language to convey a wide range of messages. The subtle flap of an ear, the position of a trunk, the posture of the body, it all has meaning in their intricate social world. Perhaps the most compelling evidence of their intelligence is their capacity for empathy. Elephants show compassion not only for their own kind but for other species as well. There are countless accounts of elephants helping other animals in distress or protecting humans from danger. They will form a protective circle around a calf or an injured member of the herd. They will comfort each other with gentle touches of their trunks, showing a clear awareness of another's emotional state. This ability to feel for others is a hallmark of higher consciousness. So, when we talk about elephants crying, we aren't just talking about a physical response. While they do have tear ducts that can release fluid to clean their eyes, the crying we see is often linked to profound emotional events. Young elephants separated from their mothers will vocalize and shed what appear to be tears of distress. Elephants who have been subjected to trauma or abuse have been observed with tears streaming down their faces. It's their way of expressing an overwhelming emotional state, be it grief, stress, or sadness. It's a visible sign of their deep inner world. But this incredible intelligence and emotional capacity makes the threats they face even more tragic. Poaching for their ivory tusks has decimated populations across Africa. The demand for ivory has fueled a brutal trade that not only kills elephants but tears their families apart. When a matriarch is killed, the herd loses its leader, its memory bank, its source of wisdom. The orphan calves, traumatized and lost, have a much lower chance of survival. The psychological damage to the surviving members is immense. They are left grieving and vulnerable. Habitat loss is another immense pressure. As human populations expand, elephant habitats shrink. They lose their ancient migration routes and are forced into smaller and smaller pockets of land. This leads to increased conflict with humans, as elephants may raid crops to survive, leading to retaliatory killings. They are literally being squeezed out of their own homes. It's a devastating reality for a species that has roamed this planet for millions of years. These intelligent, self-aware, and compassionate giants are facing a crisis, but there is hope. All across Africa, dedicated individuals and organizations are working tirelessly to protect them. Anti-poaching patrols are on the ground, risking their lives to defend elephants from armed poachers. Researchers are studying their behavior to better understand their needs and develop more effective conservation strategies. Communities are learning to coexist with elephants, finding ways to mitigate conflict and benefit from their presence through ecotourism. We all have a part to play in this. We can support these conservation organizations. We can choose not to buy ivory or any products from endangered wildlife. We can educate ourselves and others about the plight of these magnificent animals. We can use our voices to advocate for stronger protections and policies. The future of elephants is in our hands. The next time you see an elephant, whether in a documentary or hopefully one day on the plains of Africa, look beyond their size, look into their eyes. Remember their deep family bonds, their incredible intelligence, their capacity for joy and for grief. Remember Echo and her family. These are not just animals. They are thinking, feeling individuals with a right to exist. They are one of the planet's greatest treasures and they are worth fighting for. Let's make sure that the tears of elephants are tears of joy, not sorrow. Let's work towards a world where these giants can continue to roam free for generations to come. Thank you so much for joining me on this journey into the world of elephants. If this story moved you, please give this video a like and share it with someone who needs to hear it. And don't forget to subscribe for more stories about our incredible planet. See you next time.